This week on Moms Like Us, Jade Roper opens up about how her baby Reed has helped her heal.
As we went through it, I just kind of really, like I said, I just decided to change my mindset and look at it as a gift, and that he was there to help me heal, and I do feel that.
Danielle and Adam Busby sat down with us for an exclusive update on how their daughter Hazel is doing.
Hazel's Hazel, and her attitude of life is always rainbows and unicorns.
Plus, Shawn Johnson and husband Andrew East tell us how they keep the spark alive during pregnancy number 2.
I do think Shawn looks amazing pregnant.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Moms Like Us. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with Brianne Mance from Stroller in the City, and welcome to Moms Like Us. Hi, Brianne.
Hi, Christina. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. I feel spring vibes happening, so it's all good.
Bring it on. I cannot wait.
I know.
Ready. So ready for it.
I think today's supposed to be like 70 degrees. I'm so excited.
I know. We're getting like a heat wave here in the Northeast. So Here we go. We're on our way. All right. Before we get to some exclusive interviews, we have 2 exciting celeb births this week. We got another hand photo. We love our hand photos. From Ashley Tisdale. She captioned her photo, Jupiter Iris French arrived Earthside on 3/23/21. What do you think about this name? It's very out of this world.
I know, it totally is, but I kind of dig it. I love it.
I really like it too. I like Jupiter. I think it's fun. It's different, but like not like super weird, but I like it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And you know how I love the 2 middle names because, I'm all about that. So I love that she has 2 middle names. I think it's cool.
I think it's really cool. Congratulations to her. And then this is a crazy story. So Queen Elizabeth's granddaughter, Zara Tindall, welcomed a baby boy after giving birth in her bathroom. Oh God, sounds like a nightmare. On the Good, the Bad, and the Rugby podcast, Dad Mike revealed that they would not get to the hospital on time, so they got a mat from their gym, threw some towels down. Their midwife met them at the house to help them out, and he said the best thing about being home was as soon as he wrapped up, it was skin on skin, TV room, golf on. That's like something my husband would say.
Oh my God, I can't even with this. This is like crazy. I mean, do you know anyone who's had like a home birth like this?
No, not like this. No, I take that back. I don't really know her very well, but I saw it on Facebook a couple weeks ago. A girl that I went to high school with, she had her 5th baby, didn't make it to the hospital in time, had the baby in the front seat of her car as they were driving to the hospital.
I mean, I think that happens. And I think with the more kids that you have, it's like, I think your body just goes into labor so much faster, It happened to like a second cousin of ours. And now, I mean, she's old enough now. I think she's married. She has a kid or she's pregnant. But it happened to her mom. It was like, and she had to give birth at home and it was her 4th child.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And back then, I mean, now she has to be like 30 now.
Right.
So that was 30 years ago.
Oh my God, that makes me so scared for like a couple months.
You're only 2. You're only number 2. It's
right,
gonna be fine.
But it was so funny because my first came really quickly. I only pushed for 15 minutes. So the nurse did tell me, she's like, if you have another one, get here fast. I'm like, oh geez.
Oh boy. All right. Well, you know the plan.
I know the plan.
And ready and just go.
Ready to go. All right. Well, let's move on to our mom and dad news of the week. And speaking of home birth, Jade Roper, one of our favorite moms from Bachelor Nation, sat down with us to talk all about how postpartum is going with her newest baby, Reed, who she welcomed via home birth in November. Take a look.
I think when I got pregnant with Reed, it was this kind of like this fresh start for me on how can I be more prepared for something like that again if it happens, or how can I like set up my body and my mentality to be in a better space for postpartum to hopefully maybe prevent postpartum depression again, which I know isn't, we could do everything right and we could still end up, because it has a lot to do with our hormones, you could still end up with postpartum depression again. But it was something that I really wanted to try to advocate for my health with my pregnancy with Reed and try to just set myself up for a better postpartum. Through everything that I learned.
Definitely. So it has been a better postpartum though, then.
It really has.
Right.
I don't know if it's just luck, each pregnancy and each postpartum experience is so different and our bodies are so different every time. Or if it's just that I had kind of a redemptive birth with him. We had a planned home birth this time. And it was just really beautiful and peaceful. And I don't know if that helped. I mean, obviously I have the hard days. He's still not sleeping. You know, he's up every 2 to 3 hours. We have hard days, but it's been such a different energy this time.
You know, you said in an Instagram post that Reed was sent to you because he knew that you needed healing, which I just love so much. I mean, did you feel like in that moment when you found out that you were pregnant, you're like, okay, like almost like a weight is lifted off my shoulders. I feel so much better. I can see you getting emotional about it now. Sorry.
I've cried in every one of these interviews. I actually was really angry when I first found out I was pregnant because I was like, I felt like I didn't even have like my feet underneath me with 2. So I was like, how am I going to do 3? When I found out, because Reed was a total surprise.
Right.
I was actually very like upset. And then as we went through it, I just kind of really, like I said, I just decided to change my mindset and look at it as a gift, and that he was there to help me heal. And I do feel that.
What's your breastfeeding journey been like this time around? I mean, were you still breastfeeding Brooks when you got pregnant? Like how did that work for you? And was it even harder? Because I know for me, breastfeeding was the most difficult thing after I had my baby. So I would love to know what it's like with baby number 3.
With Brooks, I actually ended up, she's making faces in the corner. With Brooks, he had a really hard time with breastfeeding. It was very, very difficult. And I ended up switching him to formula at 5 months. And I got my cycle right back. And that's when I got pregnant. So And so I love the breastfeeding process and journey. So I really wanted to breastfeed Reed. So we've been doing that. And I had to get his lip and tongue tie cut in order for us to have kind of a better relationship. And it's now just going smoothly at 4.5 months. So it's definitely a process and a journey. And we do bottles sometimes so I can have a little bit of a break. So I'm going to shout out Tommy Tippy with this, but they have like their Close to Nature bottles, which are, I think that's what it's called, Close to Nature. And they fill like the most breast-like bottles. So finding stuff like that has made it really easier too for us to make the transition, because at first he was fighting bottles. And now it's like stuff like that sometimes just makes the breastfeeding process easier, because I'm like, okay, it doesn't feel so overwhelming. I don't feel so touched out if I can just have somebody take a bottle for, one feeding.
Totally. Tommy Tippy was the only bottle that my daughter took as well when she couldn't take a bottle, when she refused for a while. Yeah, you can tell that she got very emotional during the interview, and, postpartum was definitely something very real when she welcomed her second child, Brooks. I mean, how are your postpartum experiences different after giving birth?
Yeah, for me, they were all different. I think the first one was obviously the hardest because I wasn't prepared for the emotions and everything that was happening. I did also hear that postpartum is harder with boys than girls, but that can be like a total myth.
Interesting. Oh God.
I don't know.
Also getting scared, Brienne, because
don't be scared. No, because it's your second too.
Right.
And mine was my first. I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, why am I feeling like this? I should be happy, and I was like feeling down and everything else. And then when I felt myself feeling like that when I had the girls, I like quickly snapped myself out of it because I also had 10 other things I had to do.
Right. Yeah.
So
no, that's true. It's like you can't focus as much on it probably because you have other kids running around and you got to you're doing a million different things. But she got really emotional when she talks about how she was angry when she first found out that she was pregnant. And then she realized Reed was sent to heal her. I know, I mean, I don't think your kids were, not surprises, right? Because I know you were, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, same.
Yeah, they were not. But I mean, I can see how she felt like that. I think a lot of women, could feel like that too. Like they weren't expecting the baby. Like I know a lot of friends that had number 3 or number 4 as surprises and they weren't expecting it. And at first, they were like, oh my God, what are we going to do?
Yeah, no, it's so true because I think she said that she got her period back after, birth and everything at only 5 months. And then a month later she was pregnant and she was not planning this at all. So while going through postpartum, she had to now deal with, being pregnant again and kind of balancing all those different hormones. So I'm sure it was a lot for her to take emotionally.
For sure. For sure.
Oof,
But at least she's speaking about it, you know, and sharing her story, which I love
Mhm.
so much.
Me too.
You know?
I love her.
So,
I think she's great.
yeah, good for her. So up next, our favorite TLC family, the Busbys, gave us an exclusive update on their daughter, how their daughter Hazel is doing. Take a look at this.
How is Hazel doing? I know, we see that she goes to her first eye appointment in about 10 months. And how's she doing? How's she feeling?
I mean, Hazel's Hazel, and her attitude of life is always rainbows and unicorns. And so she's doing good, though. I mean, our biggest hope is that to not have another surgery, an eye surgery. And that's what something, since she's had her first one at like 15 months old, it was always, one day there might be another one. And so every visit, you're kind of like, is this the day that we're going to talk about a surgery? Or are we getting close to that? So at this point, I mean, she's still doing great. And, it's something that is, in the future at one point, but we just don't know when. And hopefully it's not anytime soon.
So cute. I don't know how she deals with 6 kids or 5 quintuplets. It's crazy.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine. Like, have you had any like health scares or anything?
Not really. I mean, since we haven't left the house in like a year, there's not really much to do. I mean, when she was little, like, and you had no idea, if they had a fever or, one time she had a clogged tear duct and I thought like something was wrong with her eye. So I'm like, we have to go to the hospital. But other than that, not really. How about you?
In our house, it's stitches for us. No broken, but I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to knock right now on wood. I'm not even going to say that. But for us, it was all about stitches. Like,
oh no,
it's my son, then one of my daughters, and then my youngest has gotten it. She's gotten stitches in her forehead. It was like within 6 months of each other.
Oh no.
And I've just like been like, okay, stitches. Like, I know what to do. Call the plastic surgeon. We got to do it. But the first time I was so shaken. I'm
sure. It's so scary, but I guess like it's inevitable. Like it's going to happen. There's going to be bumps and bruises and scars and you just have to deal with it.
Totally.
All right. Well, Shawn Johnson and Andrew East, they are expecting baby number 2 and they opened up about keeping the spark alive while pregnant. Has this pregnancy brought you guys closer together? And Andrew, do you find Shawn sexier than ever when she's pregnant?
Wow. What a question, Kristen.
Yeah.
I do think Shawn looks amazing pregnant. We got an opportunity to take a little trip and she planned all these outfits. She had these bathing suits. I thought she looked amazing in. Shawn's always a stunner, but I do think she looks adorable pregnant. And I think the pregnancy has brought us closer just because there's so much new stuff to navigate now that we have a child, and there's kind of just new opportunities for healthy conflict, I feel like. So I do think we've learned a lot about each other. We've been able to help each other out in ways that we haven't needed to before. So I think it's been good for us.
I think too, since it's our second, the first time around, I felt like brought out a lot of fear in both of us, which can cause conflict. And so going through those new situations a lot, we didn't really know how to navigate. Now going through it a second time, we kind of like lean on each other going into milestones because it's like, okay, we don't know what's going to happen. We're both nervous. We know what happened last time, like all these different things. I think there's just a general, a greater amount of understanding this time that like brings us closer together.
Definitely. And I know, like you said, you guys recently took your baby moon together. Do you feel like you have to schedule that alone time, and how important is it to do that in your relationship, especially with now almost 2 little ones running around?
It's not going to happen unless we put on the schedule.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So we have, I don't think either of us are naturally gifted as planners, but since we've been getting in the practice of putting things on the schedule, making sure that they're blocked off on the calendar. And so, yeah, we had that on the books for a while.
Yeah.
And then we do Thursday night date nights where literally on our schedule, let me just pull this up. You can see the 5 to 9 is date night. And is this,
that's good.
That is awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's out.
But we try to schedule it every Thursday. We have time to get away, even if it's with friends, but we try to have like quality time. And then, yeah, we try to schedule vacations, but we've also realized that, like, I don't know about you, but it's like such a fun age right now. We don't want to leave.
It is. It's so fun.
He's so cool.
Yeah.
Andrew, how have you been doting on Shawn during this pregnancy, or is it harder to do it this time around because you're just chasing after Drew?
I hope I've been doting on you. Have you been doting?
Yes.
It's been fun now that we have a child to serve Shawn in different ways, and I know that it's a lot to manage a 1-year-old and like chase him around. So anytime I can, I'll take Drew to the park, or we'll go on a little walk and just give Shawn a second where she can lay down and breathe. So I've also been cooking quite a lot, so I hope it's good food.
Yes. My favorite thing that you'll do is every once in a while, I mean, pretty frequently anymore, when like it's Drew's time to get up in the morning, he'll like turn off the monitor on my phone and like shut all the doors and turn on a sound machine and then just like let me sleep in.
At what point do you turn off the baby monitor? Like,
Never.
When?
Never.
Christina, are you still sleeping with the?
We have like I don't have it on like completely, like it's dark, so it only like will pop on if she cries, but it's hard. I like did it like it broke a while ago, so that I was like, all right, she's okay. I'll hear her. She's fine.
I don't have the screen on. I just have like
the screen
sound on.
Yes. I know it's hard. It's definitely difficult.
I'm not gonna get rid of it. Yeah. Not until she's like 16. Okay.
Right. I know. I love this. When did you turn off the baby monitor?
Oh my God. I don't even know. I'm going to say maybe like 4.
Yeah.
I guess like maybe when they were like not really napping anymore.
Yeah, no, totally. I definitely keep it on. Like I have it next to me, but I don't have it like bright light in my face anymore. Like, so it'll just pop up once I hear her, because I remember like I would wake up like every 5 minutes and just be like, is she okay? Is she okay? Now I'm like, all right, I know that she's all right. She's okay.
Right. And I think once the baby's born too, you're not really going to have a baby monitor for her anymore. It's mainly going to be just for the baby, you know?
Totally. She's not a baby anymore. Yeah, totally. I mean, did your husband dote on you while you were pregnant?
Sort of. Yeah. I mean, he was always like, what can I get you? Are you okay? Probably by the 3rd he didn't, but definitely for like the 1st and the 2nd.
Totally. I feel like every time like he sits down on the couch, I'm like, oh, can you get me something? He's like, really? I just sat down. I'm like, but I'm pregnant.
But is he like all, how can I help you and everything?
Sometimes. I mean, like he's actually been really good with taking Gianna, like sometimes on the weekends, like if I just need a little bit of a break, and like he'll take her to the park by himself and things like that. So that's nice. So in those ways, that kind of helps me the most.
Totally. And have you guys tried any like date night or anything?
No, we haven't been, it's so bad. We haven't been like out to a restaurant since like October, which, it's so sad. We haven't had like my parents or my husband's parents watch her like on the weekends, because they watch her during the week. So I kind of feel bad asking again.
Oh, you need one little date night. And especially now that it's getting nicer, right? You can do outdoor dining. Totally. So that's always good. I mean, I can count on, I think we had one date night probably last month. And it was like a quick, like, let's go run into town and have a couple of, drinks. And like, that was it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, we don't do date night anymore. It's so sad.
It's like, it is just so sad, but it's like, you have to remember like to make it a priority, even though it's so hard to, but it's hard to find the time, and it's hard to find babysitters, especially during everything going on. But now that, like you said, with the weather getting nicer, we can hopefully get outside and get back to somewhat of normalcy.
For sure. I know.
Can't wait. All right. Our celeb mom of the week goes to Vanessa Bryant. Now, she recently got a tattoo in honor of her late daughter, Gianna, and it said Mambasita. Now, Vanessa posted her fresh ink on Instagram. Now, that tattoo, which is a nod to Kobe Bryant's nickname, the Black Mamba, was written in script with a heart above the I and a butterfly punctuating the A. Now, this is the second tattoo she's gotten to honor her late husband and daughter. In June 2020, she got a sweet message inked on her right shoulder and left wrist. I love this. It makes me so sad.
I think about her all the time. Like I always like get so choked up. Like I don't know. I remember where I was when we found out, and like even my kids talk about it, and we're not like we don't watch crazy basketball in the house either. It's just like the whole story. Like, it's just so sad,
It's
you
so
know?
sad. But it's amazing to see how strong she is. Like if you follow her on Instagram, like, I mean, I'm sure, you know, what you see on Instagram is totally different than what's going on behind closed doors, but she's really putting on a strong front for her other 3 kids. Because I mean, you, in those situations, you don't have a choice. You have 3 other kids to take care of, and one is only not even 2 years old. It's so sad. It really is.
It's so sad. It's so
Yeah.
sad. It seems like she has like the right support
Yes.
around her, and
Mhm.
she's really honest and open, you know, about what she's going through.
Totally. Do you have any tattoos for your kids?
Oh God, I do have a tattoo. It's like literally on the back of my lower back, and I got it like when I graduated high school because I was like, I have to get a tattoo, and it's just like a dolphin, like I don't know, it's like an ocean. I don't see it, so I don't really care.
You forget about it.
But like my kids are like, oh my husband doesn't have any, and you know, he will not get any, and he's not into that. And my kids are like, when I'm gonna get older, I'm gonna get the tattoo. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
I love it. That's so funny.
You have any tattoos?
I don't have any tattoos. No tattoos, but my sister got one. I hope my dad's not watching, but she never told my dad. So
Oh my God.
And I don't think he knows till this day.
That is so funny.
So funny.
That's like when I got like my belly button pierced in high school and like didn't tell my mother, and then it got infected, and I was like, I gotta go tell her.
Oh, that is so funny. I love it.
Yep, it's so funny. So our celeb moms, they're just like us this week, goes to Kate Hudson. I love her so much.
So much.
So she shares the cutest post about her daughter, Ronnie Rose, who she shares with dad, Danny Fujikawa. Just like us, she likes to brag about her adorable baby, and we don't blame her. The first video of Ronnie meditating. Take a look at this.
Oh, honey, that was so good, sweetheart.
You're so good at meditating.
This is like the cutest
Cute.
thing ever.
Oh my God, that is adorable.
I know, she's so cute. But wait, my favorite part is obviously the comment from Sharon Stone, which is, I mean, Sharon Stone commenting on your Instagram. How fab is that? And she wrote, I did meditations as our timeouts. It was very successful. Love this.
I love that.
I mean, I love that. Our timeouts don't look like that. Do yours?
No, I haven't tried the timeout yet because she still like just does not understand what like no means. I mean, she does, but like, I'm in that stage where I'm trying to figure out how to discipline her and, you know, make her understand, because she's starting to like throw her food and like hit a little bit, but she thinks the hitting is funny. And I'm like, nobody's laughing at you. Like, you have to stop. And it's just, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to handle this right now. It's hard.
It is hard. I feel like, I mean, timeout, I don't know. Timeouts worked a little bit, but like, it wasn't, you know, it was, I don't know what really worked for, like, I think it was like, you know, go sit in the corner for 5 minutes or whatever. And it has to be like little increments of time, you know, but
totally.
So crazy.
It is
but
so
Kate,
crazy.
Kate also posted this video earlier this week trying to steal her daughter's ice cream. Watch her reaction. It's so priceless.
There's some chocolate chips. Ronnie.
I love that. It's amazing.
Gianna like into sharing her food with you?
She actually is. If I say like, can I have a bite? She'll give me a bite. Like yesterday I was eating an apple and she took it from me. And so she ate the whole thing. And then later on I was like, can I try some? And then she's like, no, mine. And then she ended up giving it to me. So she's actually pretty good with that. It'll all change soon though. I'm sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right. Well, our Mom's Getting Real moment goes to Hilaria Baldwin. As we know, she's currently raising 2 newborns who are 5 months apart, Lucia and Eduardo. She shared this selfie from 6:48 a.m. this week showing Lucia was breastfeeding while Eduardo was working on crawling. Now, she also shared this very relatable pic, recently captioning, "Dishes pumping and wine, our life is hot." Oh my God, I know people do this with twins all the time, but I don't know how. This is so crazy.
I don't know how she's doing it. I mean, she must be just so exhausted. So exhausted.
Drained. And she has so many other kids to take care of as well. That is a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a full-time job to nurse one child. So I can't even imagine how she's doing both. And they're not twins, so they're at different stages. Like, I just like, oh my God, my heart like goes out to her. Like I am,
Good for
I'm
her.
in awe
Holding
of
it
her.
down. I really am too. It's amazing. All right. Well, our mom clapback of the week goes to mom to be Brittany Cartwright. When an Instagram user recently criticized her belly button skin, the Vanderpump Rules alum responded by saying, "Millions of women have stretch marks like me, and we should be proud. Comments like these are part of the reason we get so ashamed when we should be feeling beautiful. It's so disgusting. People think it's okay to comment things like this. I'm not going to lie. I cried my eyes out when I started getting stretch marks, but now I know that they just show my strength and will be proof of growing my son. Let's try to be better and stop spreading hate like this." I mean, like, I can't. Like, she looks beautiful, and I can't believe getting trolled at 9 months pregnant because you were getting stretch marks, which so many people get.
It is so common.
Yeah.
They make creams for that all the time.
Right.
Almost every woman gets stretch marks when they're pregnant. I mean, like, just to even call that out upon her is just so rude, and it's just gross. It's just gross. But I'm glad she clapped back and like said what's on her mind. Just people have no business. It's just crazy to me.
No business. And I feel like people have been commenting about her pregnancy throughout the entire 9 months because her belly was a little bit bigger than some of her castmates, but she was like, everybody's pregnancy is different. Everybody grows at a different rate. It's like, I don't understand people. I really don't. It's so crazy to me.
I know, it's so mean.
It really is. I mean, I would probably just disable comments at this point if I was her.
Seriously, and that's what she should. I mean, that's what Hilaria did, right?
Yeah.
So like, I mean, just do it. Honestly, if I see a negative comment, I just delete it. Like, I'm like, I don't really have the time for you. Like,
Right. I don't need it in my life. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope the next few weeks of her pregnancy go smoothly. So she deserves it. Well, Brienne, thank you so much as always.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the week and
You
this
too.
warm weather.
Enjoy it. Soak it all in. Well, make sure to check out Moms Like Us every Thursday at Us Weekly's YouTube channel. We are leaving you today with No One Told You from the Busby family. Check it out.
One thing I wish I knew and what I have learned through being a parent was how to take naps. Like, for real, because before I was a parent, taking a nap was like, I could take a nap, but I needed 3 hours to sleep. And when I became a mom of 6, like, you don't got time for that. Like, so you have to learn how to power nap. And that is what I learned. And so, as cheesy as that sounds, I love to sleep.